When we think of an award-winning game with worldwide popularity, our minds often wander to the AAA blockbusters. However, indie games have proven time and again that you don't need a massive budget or a vast open world to capture the hearts of many. Indie games have often paved the way for successful niche genres in the present day, or gone on to become cult classics. Here are the 10 most influential indie games ranked. Number 10. Cave Story. Cave Story is a Metroidvania platformer released in 2004 by Studio Pixelland, and it's perhaps the lesser known game on this list, but the impact it had on the Metroidvania subgenre earned Cave Story its legacy and a spot on this list. It's a prime example of how one individual can create something revolutionary, and was one of the first examples of an indie game making it big in the mainstream. Number 9. Hollow Knight. The second Metroidvania on this list is 2017's Hollow Knight, which, in hindsight, owes some of its ingenuity to Cave Story. Developed and published by Team Cherry, players control the nameless knight in this side-scroller, who must navigate the now diseased expanse of the fallen kingdom of Hallow Nest. Hollow Knight is not the pioneer title of Metroidvanias, but its ability to elevate the subgenre with its gothic design and interesting plot details is enough to give it a place on the list, and it set a standard for future games of this type. Number 8. Shovel Knight. The 2014 platformer Shovel Knight welcomed one of the more recognisable and lovable protagonists in indie gaming. While the game itself isn't directly influential, Shovel Knight once again demonstrates how indie games can reach the same heights as AAA releases. With an applaudable score and multiple expansions and spin-offs under its belt, Shovel Knight has even appeared in crossovers, including Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and this list would not be complete without it. Number 7. The Binding of Isaac. The Binding of Isaac is this list's first dip into horror, despite being inspired by The Legend of Zelda, and it's a roguelike that made it big. The original game is somewhat of a cult classic in the genre, and yet another example of a small team that created something prolific in its field. The game's 2014 remake, Rebirth, also received critical acclaim for its added content, as did the subsequent expansions over the years. Number 6. Stardew Valley. A farming sim/RPG, Stardew Valley is packed full of open-ended entertainment and reignited the desire around Harvest Moon's concept. The game has often been dubbed as one of the greatest video games of all time, and it shone a spotlight on the genre's relaxing, therapeutic qualities. Selling over 20 million copies by 2022, Stardew Valley is the tentpole of simulation RPGs and a worthy contender in our ranking. Number 5. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. The only fully fledged horror game on this list is Amnesia: The Dark Descent, a 2010 survival horror by Frictional Games that had players take protagonist Daniel through Castle Brennenburg and encounter the nerve-wracking monsters that lurked within. Amnesia is responsible for turning the survival horror subgenre into what it is today. Dead by Daylight and Outlast are just some of the few games that have benefited from that resurgence. It could be considered as the original jump scare of video games that had every player hiding behind a pillow. Number 4. Journey. The 2012 adventure game Journey set a visual precedent in the world of gaming that went on to inspire many others. Developed by that game company and directed by Genova Chen, Journey has you steering the protagonist through a vast desert in a short but incredibly sweet journey. Bagging a host of accolades, including Game of the Year, Journey's artistic style and cathartic story was a unique experience and staple for indie gaming, with an innovative approach to making music a character of its own plot. Number 3. Limbo. Developed by Playdead, the 2010 puzzle platformer Limbo was another indie game that boasted a unique artistic style. Your job was to pilot a nameless boy through a harrowing world where he tried to locate his sister in a black and white setting. The game's visual style and environmental interaction inspired the likes of Little Nightmares and was quickly ushered into the video game's Hall of Fame. Combining its thick atmosphere with an open-end conclusion is still a talking point to this day. Number 2. Undertale. The 2D RPG Undertale is perhaps the most significant indie cult classic of all time. Created by Toby Fox, players run a child through the mysterious underground below the Earth's surface and have to battle a plethora of testing, bizarre bosses while attempting to return to the surface. Offering intense bullet hell attacks, mind-bending but emotional encounters with characters, and an iconic, foot-tapping score, Undertale is one of the most successful indie games ever. Number 1. Minecraft. The number 1 spot on this list is of course the sandbox game Minecraft. Originally developed by Minecraft creator Marcus Persson, before being sold to Microsoft for billions of dollars, Minecraft offers players an endless 3D world to explore and build whatever monolith they desire in block form. Minecraft has become the best-selling game of all time, with over 150 million active players. It's now become a multi-billion-dollar franchise with various spin-offs, and it's showing no sign of slowing down. The game has inspired content creators to share some incredibly impressive builds with the community, and there's now a whole ecosystem that exists around the very name Minecraft. And that is the end of our list. Yes, I know your favourite isn't on here, but you are welcome to go down to the comments and drop some suggestions for us all to go and play. While you're at it, hit the like and subscribe buttons and give the bell icon a tap so that you're notified whenever we've got new videos for you to watch. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, cheers my dears.